So after doing a 30-mile round trip to college and another, it's about another 50-mile round trip to work and back. Well, 25 miles out to the gate with Uzis. And I'd still carry my school bag, and I'd walk over some of these tanks, the 55 million gallons, high-level plutonium wastes. And there was a submarine reactor burial ground just a few blocks to my left, which I didn't know was there until many years later, but it was there. We'd get emails about shipments coming up the river, so I knew that one existed somewhere. I didn't know it was right next to us. Um, so Jim Barber showed me a stack of faded gizmo drawings that I had no idea what they were. And they're just squiggly lines, transistors, and all kinds of just numbered numbered stuff. That photocopies of photocopies. Said back in the day, the original manuals have been long lost. These were um, for custom. These are for equipment for a top secret project. That for manuals for equipment for companies that no longer exist. Like the Hanford sub companies, and we can't find the original manuals, and many of the companies, manufacturers, are either no longer around, and the companies they're issued to no longer exist. So all we have is these photocopies of photocopies, and we tried scanning them in, but many of the procedures that we're trying to make electronic would have multiples in them, and it would crash entire nodes of networks. So we have them drawn back in from scratch, and we have a contract for several thousand of these. They're backlogged, which means no one's waiting for them, for most of them. They just need to be done eventually. Turns out we had 4 college students working on these. And we weren't pressured. There's no hurry on these. They wanted them done right. And I do several a week, usually. Deposit them straight on the network drive. And then I just grab the next one on the pile. Some of them are simple. Just, electronics boards, transistors, stuff like that. Some of them are really complex, like have 1,000 lines, have springs and God knows what else on them. And they said, you don't have to measure them or, make them exact, just as long as, the arrows and it looks like what you see, then that's fine. We used AutoSketch, which is a baby version of AutoCAD, and they could import it into AutoCAD if they needed to, and then we convert it into WordPerfect. And I did ask, why don't they just use DrawPerfect? Well, the reason is because they can't import that into CAD. So I would save both versions onto the network drive. The SKD version and the WPG version. And then the other, he's a temp, but he'd do Apple, and also saves them into CAD and WPG. His name is Jeff. He'd work full time, but he's temp. There's another college kid who worked downtown. And there's another guy I never met, Ken Zupka, who I later on found I called him for help a couple of times, I guess. found the journal involving him, and I found it. I printed it, sent it to him and his wife in the mail recently. Oh, he'd send me emails from his other jobs, let me know, hey, I'm over here, you know. But well, I may have met him at a staff meeting or something, but definitely didn't work in the trailers. No, we were scattered around.